Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. It is fantastic to have you here as ever, because on today's episode, we are gonna try and work out how to forge a titanium anvil. We have a very special project in mind that is gonna need a titanium anvil. You'll find out about that soon, but before we jump in, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is Skillshare, the online learning community with over 25,000 online courses in everything from business to design to photography and more. You can learn it all on Skillshare. Premium memberships usually start at $10 a month, but the first 1,000 of you that click my link in the description are gonna get 2 months for free. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring the video. We're gonna get started. Now, my plan is not to just, let me show you the material that we're gonna use for this titanium anvil, actually. Have a look at this beautiful piece of material. This is a foot of 3-inch round titanium. Holy macaroni. This thing is beautiful. Titanium is a pricey material. It's just a very interesting material to me. You've seen us try and weld titanium to steel unsuccessfully. You might not have seen me do any just normal titanium forging. So this is new to you guys. I've done a tiny little bit of titanium forging in the past, and what I know is gonna happen is it's gonna be extremely frustrating because this stuff is tough and needs to be really, really hot. This 30 centimeters of 75mm round costs about 160 bucks. We're not gonna use the whole thing for the anvil, and we're not even gonna start on this right away. I've got this piece of 2.5-inch 4140 in the bandsaw right now because I wanna practice. I wanna quickly rough my way through one and see what are the tools that I need to make, what are the things that I need to learn to do the titanium justice. So forging this anvil out of titanium is going to involve a lot of planning, which is why we're starting with the steel. And all I've done now is just make a rectangle. I tell you, there is a lot that you learn just from getting a piece of steel hot, moving it around, and getting a feel for what you're going to have to do to get the shapes you want. This rectangular block of steel, you're asking yourself, how does this look like an anvil? Alec, it looks like an anvil like this. So obviously you're familiar with a normal anvil shape. Now the London pattern anvil has one horn. It usually has a cutting table here, swoops down and around. You have face, heel, horn, waist, foot. The task that this anvil is going to need to perform is going to mean that we actually don't want just a foot. We also want a stake. So technically, this is going to be a stake anvil, and that's going to be how we secure it, is driving it into a certain material.
So a stake anvil is basically this. You got the little bone in there for the bone-in ribeye or something like that, and then you basically just cook it through heating it up with a piece of steel, right? That's what makes it a stake anvil, because you're...
Wrong kind of stake, Will. So that rectangular block of steel that we have now needs us to isolate what is gonna be the horn and heel from what is gonna be the stake. Dang, now I'm hungry. And foot. We're gonna do this using fullers. Fullers are gonna isolate this material. They're gonna give us a big lump of material down here to work with for the bottom, and will give us access to what will be drawn out into our horn and into our heel. Fullers obviously come in a variety of different styles. This is a top and bottom fuller. This one goes into the hardy hole of an anvil, though it's not sized for this one. This gets struck with a sledgehammer. Now, we're dealing with a huge piece of steel and eventually a huge piece of titanium. That's not gonna cut it. We need something bigger. Or rather, we need to be able to use this beautiful piece of force and power. Now, there are many ways to be able to utilize this. One of them is with dies. Another way that allows you to change out your tooling very, very fast. There's a low barrier to entry to having the particular tooling that you want, is to use spring tooling. This is an example of a spring fuller. Will made these up for the tomahawk he made a while ago. You put your piece of steel in between it, you put it under the power hammer, use the power hammer to smash the fullers together. Now these, there's no way they're gonna get at all close to fitting on this piece of steel and eventually titanium, so we've got to make a much larger set of spring fullers. have loved for this to be a great, fabulous moment about the joys of making your own tools and being proud to use them, but this here looks like poop. Anyway, should work. Let's do some fullering. Oh, okay, not doing that. So here is the test anvil. Now, it is within my power to clean it up a little bit and make it a little bit neater, but I'm really not that thrilled with it, even with that being the case. You know, even making it neater, just not super happy with it. A little ashamed to have not made something look nicer. It's not very square, it's not super nice, and it was still a big piece of material, which is admittedly making me pretty nervous about then doing it in titanium. Titanium is a really tough and hard material to work, and so yeah, just a little bit scared right now, because I think I might have bitten off a little more than I could chew trying to make this thing out of this material. Sometimes you make decisions that make you feel a little bit stupid. Sometimes you're the type of person that makes those decisions about 3 times a day, which is a shame, because that means that I've got 2 more stupid decisions to make, and I'm gonna start off with one of those right now. We're gonna cut this titanium in half, and though I feel like I'm on the precipice of failure once again, we're gonna see how it forges. We might have to change our design, we might be able to make some progress. Let's put this bad boy in the saw and at least give it a try. Was utterly mind-blowing. It moved like it was butter. That piece of, I said steel, no. That piece of titanium just upset and moved so easily. I was completely wrong. Apparently, some types of titanium move super duper easy, or it might just be the ANVIL power hammer. But that titanium moved like it was butter, and it was beautiful. Now you'll notice, I'm suited up, I got a little welding jacket on. This little doohickey mawatset. The thing about forging titanium that I do know is it can get kind of risky. It doesn't, you know, titanium is a very reactive material. It can do a little splattering on you, a little molten splattering, which wouldn't be good. We don't want to throw liquid titanium at our skin, so I guess covering it's a good idea. Anyway, we've started to upset that big old chunk of 3-inch round titanium. Now what we're gonna do is start forging our rectangular billet for the anvil. Unbelievable! What a material! This blows my mind. So soft, so malleable, even at these low temperatures. I'm enjoying this a lot. Yes! That blows my mind. That is unbelievable how easily this moves. It is a super cool material. The oxides it creates, making this yellow, this is cool. I'm having a ton of fun. And yeah, basically I've got this neck down at the waist of the anvil. This material up here is gonna be the horn and the heel. This material down here is gonna be the stake. Of course, we need this to be able to drive into, sneak peek, the ground and work that way. So, super exciting. I cannot wait to get cracking on with this in the next episode. Will has been working on a really cool project, which you're gonna see soon. As we round out the video, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which of course has been Skillshare. It's an online video learning community, which means that when you get a premium membership, which starts at only $10 a month, you're able to watch absolutely any of their 25,000 plus video courses in anything from business to marketing to photography to videography. You can learn it all on Skillshare, and that's one incredible price. The course that we're going to recommend today is Digital Illustration, Learn to Use Procreate. As it is that I was learning more about engraving and the jewelry world, I saw that a lot of people were using iPads and were using Procreate to do their drawing and be able to get transfers done easily, and I have been practicing and slowly improving and very much enjoying using Procreate. So if you have an iPad and you're drawing on Procreate, be sure to go check that out. Of course, Skillshare has so many more, thousands of courses in so many other things, and if you sign up at my link in the description, first 1,000 of you that do are gonna get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. Thanks Skillshare for sponsoring the video. Thank you guys for being here. It has been a pleasure as always. I cannot wait to make a little more progress on this ultra light titanium anvil. Can't wait to see you soon. Bye-bye.